Bitcoin ETF has been approved. It's live. It's real. It's happening. We're gonna crack open this Perrier here to celebrate. You know, we're gonna go wild here on the stream today, guys. Woo! Ha ha! Yeah. Ah. I'm all wet now. Great stuff. I love to see it. You love to see it. It's a very exciting time today for cryptocurrencies. It's a great day for Bitcoin liquidity and Bitcoin holders. And man, congratulations, everybody. It's been a wild ride. The drama yesterday, I wasn't even planning on doing a live stream today, and I tried to make a short video for you guys earlier, but the audio was all whacked out. So anyway, I just thought we got to get on here. We got to talk about this. It's one of those days we got to do an emergency live stream. Holy cow, what is going on in the crypto space? What is up, everybody? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the conversation today. Man, it's here. It happened. We got it. We got him. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Bitcoin ETF. Damn. About freaking time. We've only been waiting like, I don't know, a long time for it to happen. But hey, it's here, and better late than never, I suppose. But check this out. So it was much like the rest of the Bitcoin ETF, an absolute shit show of a launch today. So not only did the Twitter account for the SEC get hacked yesterday, and there was a fake launch announcement, supposedly. Then today, they didn't even announce anything. They waited until the 10 minutes before the end of the day before they just blasted out a quick email and then ran out of the office, basically. Ridiculous. Terrible to hear from the SEC. We actually had indications earlier in the day, a few hours before the SEC actually announced. It started being listed on E-Trade. It started being listed on Fidelity. The CBOE listed it on their website that it was going to start trading live tomorrow. So, yeah. Dude, anyway. Gary Gensler issuing a statement on the spot Bitcoin ETF approval. I'd like to point out this little bit here. He said, while we approved the listing and trading of certain spot Bitcoin ETP shares today, we did not approve or endorse Bitcoin. Investors should remain cautious about the myriad of risks associated with Bitcoin and products whose value is tied to crypto. Come on, Gary, don't be a sore loser, man. Don't be a sore loser. Just embrace it. Just say, you know what? That's me. I'm the guy. I'm the guy who did the spot Bitcoin ETF thing. Take credit for it, man. And stay like, Bitcoin. Okay, Gary. Anyway, it's here. We got it. Of course, Gary, I guess, had to have his arm twisted a little bit by Blackrock, but there you go. There you go. Now, this is crazy. So Bloomberg analysts are predicting $4 billion. What? In ETF inflows on the first day of trading. If that is true, hold on to your butts, man, because it's going to get crazy around here. Gotta have some more sparkling water for that, man. Holy cow. $4 billion on day one. Now, we've done the math. According to Bank of America, we need $93 million in order to move the price 1%. So it means every billion's approximately 11%, give or take. There's going to be new coins coming to circulation, all this kind of stuff. Let's just round it up and say $100 million, 1%, $1 billion, 10%, $4 billion, 40%. Now keep in mind that some of the money has already been seeded, but not that much. A few $100 million has been seeded. There's 10x more demand, according to Bloomberg analysts. Now, it's worth pointing out that the Bitcoin futures ETFs, when they launched, they were the biggest ETF single day launch in history. And they were garbage paper contracts backed by, toilet paper after wiping, basically. It's the bad stuff, man. Bitcoin futures contracts. I mean, here's how to know the SEC is your enemy and hates you, is that they released Bitcoin long ETF products at the top of the market, and they released Bitcoin short ETFs at the bottom of the market. Meanwhile, last year, very quietly, actually 2022, it's not last year, it's 2022, mid-2022, very quietly. Not many people even talked about it afterwards. What did BlackRock do? BlackRock introduced a private Bitcoin fund for their private customers, their high net worth individual customers, letting their high net worth guys front run this ETF listing today by a year and a half. They got to accumulate. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, man. Anyway, if it's $4 billion, I don't know. If it's $2 billion on day one, that's 20. It's going to move the price by potentially 20%. There wasn't much of a sell-off for Bitcoin today. There was a little bit of price shakiness. Ethereum pumped like 10%, by the way, which is kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous here that we saw a 10% move here for Ethereum. Bitcoin not doing very much. Yeah. Fascinating. I don't know. Well, it's I really think the market right now, they're just trying to front run the price on the Ethereum ETF because that's probably going to be the next thing. And as Will here points out, that's what everyone's going to start talking about next is the Ethereum ETF. So the Bitcoin ETF apparently was pretty damn well priced in by the market. Now we've priced in the announcement, but we haven't priced in the reality of fresh cash coming. So we had an adequate move for the event, but we have not had the adequate reality for now when that fresh cash starts coming in, when we start seeing billions of cash coming in. Now, look, whether Bank of America's math is right or not, I don't think any of us can argue that a $4 billion buy for Bitcoin is going to be a pretty big deal if that happens day one. Again, this is just estimates, predictions, prognoses, fortune telling. We don't really know how much money's going to come up. And if day one happens and it's only a few $100 million, people are probably going to be disappointed. But if we get $1 billion or more the first day, I'd say it's a pretty damn good result, to be honest. But we're going to find out. They start trading Thursday morning, America time. Set your clocks. Be ready. Get ready for the fireworks. That's going to be fun. Brandon says, oh, shit, he actually is drunk, and I love it. I'm not drunk. I'm drinking Perrier, French sparkling water. I don't actually drink very much these days, guys. It's rare that I have a drink. In my younger years, I sipped on the devil juice a bit much, but these days, man, I don't know. I just don't have time for it. I got little kids. There's no time for hangovers, man. There really isn't. I don't drink that much these days. Just exciting. It's exciting to see the Bitcoin ETF finally happening, and it's a good moment for the crypto markets. Big moment for the crypto markets. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Have a beer once in a while. Have a glass of wine once in a while. Today will be the day to do such a thing, but I'm just going to enjoy my Perrier. This broadcast not sponsored by Perrier, by the way. Just the sparkling water I got on hand. Here's another hit. Oh, yeah. All right. Here's a funny one for you, by the way. Franklin Templeton. This is the new profile picture. Franklin Templeton's like $1.5 trillion investment manager. They have just switched their profile picture. The laser eyes, the Bitcoin laser eyes. The laser eyes are back, man. They're back. Holy cow. I love it. Guys. Things are going to get crazy. Laser eyes are back. Watch out. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'd like to point out this too, because I thought this was really cool. The synchronicity, whether this was planned or not, or just a bit of random synchronicity of the universe. But think about this. 15 years ago today, what happened? Hal Finney put out the infamous tweet running Bitcoin. January 11th, 2009. Only a few days after the Bitcoin network was actually started by Satoshi. Hal Finney was on the initial mailing list of people that came through. He's like, that sounds interesting. Started running Bitcoin, started mining Bitcoin, started running nodes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool bit of history to be connected to today. So I love it. You love to see it. It's fantastic. Hey, real quick note before we do a quick Q&A session. We're not going to stream for too long today. I thought I'd hop on and have a quick chat with you guys. But hey, real quick before we do that, guys, if you're trading, Go get yourself an account on BYBIT. Best damn place to be trading crypto coins. You got futures, you got spot altcoins, copy trading, all that fun kind of stuff. Use the link in the description. You get up to $30K in deposit and trading bonuses, as well as exclusive fee discounts. So if you're a cryptocurrency trader, go ahead and check it out. So let's do some questions. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's answer a few questions here real quick, and then we're going to hop off, and I'm going to go for a walk with the wife and the kids and enjoy the rest of my day. That's good. I love talking to you guys. I'm glad I had a few minutes left. It's been blasting out some videos, getting stuff recorded for the weekend for you guys, but I thought, hey, we got to hop on, do a quick live stream, just talk about the ETF news real quick, man. ETH pumping. Yeah, ETH's pumping. Lots of price prediction ideas. No one said changing the container to disguise what is being sipped was a bad idea. J-Man, I joined late. Have you told your opinion on what's going to be like tomorrow when the stock market opens? Can barely sleep trying to think of what it might be like in the morning. Well, look, it just depends. Nobody really knows, but I would say that any significant levels of inflows are probably going to move the price up. Like I said, if we get like $1 billion, that's going to move the price up at least a few percentage points. Even if there's going to be sellers, miners might try to sell into this, and other whales might try to take profits into this event. Of course, we have to keep in mind too that there's the GBTC. So the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has also been approved, and they have like 600,000 Bitcoin or whatever. And some of those people might want to take profits. So I would expect lots of volatility. Now we have incoming cash. We also have potentially outgoing cash at the same time, and that's might even each other out. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, expect volatility, expect uncertainty. I hope we pump, obviously, but it's going to be volatile, with my guess. Ups and downs, big whiplashes, probably. Renee, what's up, man? ETFs are bearish. Blackrock will manipulate the price. Yeah. They'll manipulate the price. But here's the thing. They will manipulate the price. And we've talked about this at great length. 100%. BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. These are like, the snakes of the banking and finance world. You can't trust them. They're not your friends. They're not here for the Satoshi's vision of the future or the global revolution or self-empowerment. No. They're here to collect fees and manipulate markets because that's what they do. That's what they do. That is their business model. And they will manipulate the price of Bitcoin. We've had people from these organizations even say they want to be the ones in charge of the price of Bitcoin. But that's not always working against you. I don't like it. It's dirty. And like I've said a million times, the BlackRock ETF is a deal with the devil. It's dirty. It's exciting because our bags are going to pump. But then, BlackRock, gross. Anyway, you got to remember, they're not going to just bring the price down all the time. They're also going to pump the price up like crazy and then bring the price down. So they will have a big impact on the market. So worth keeping in mind. But also worth keeping in mind the reality of what the BlackRock or any of the Bitcoin ETF products are is that they are buying the Bitcoin on behalf of their customers. So they can't just like randomly sell it on behalf of their customers, right? It's not like with stocks. See, with stocks, BlackRock's actually super influential because they take your voting rights and vote with the stocks that you put in their trusts and in their ETF products. Mr. Harry Lasagna, the SEC needs to be charged with market manipulation for that tweet yesterday. Yeah, they won't be. But it'd be pretty funny if they were. Alt's already pumping, says 46 N2. Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of moves. Again, next few days can be kind of crazy in the markets. ETH pumping 10% today really is an indication that people are like, okay, Bitcoin ETF, sweet. Let's pump altcoins, I guess. Maybe my Arbitrum bag's doing great. Last time I looked, they're like $2.20. It's like, that's great. That's great. Fantastic. It's been a slow burner, that one, but it's finally here. Thanks for all the info on the ETF situation over the last few months. Much appreciated. Thoughts on Solana for 2024? I wouldn't fade Solana. That's my simplest thing I would say is I would not fade Solana. I think Solana's definitely capturing attention and imagination, obviously, with networks like Say and Injective and Sui and Aptos and Ethereum Layer 2's competition's bigger than it ever has been. But I think Solana's doing all the right stuff. They got the meme coins, they got the airdrops, they got DeFi, they got gaming. People are interested. People are using it. They need to keep the momentum up, though. Right now, just for example, Arbitrum has more total value locked on chain than Solana. So Solana's had great price moves, but on-chain metrics could still do a bit of catching up. So, but yeah, I think Solana ecosystem in particular, I'm farming Solana airdrops, not so much thinking about the Solana main asset and what the price that's going to do. I've got some Solana, not like a crazy amount of Solana, mostly just using it for farming airdrops and stuff like that on the Solana chain right now. Bull market basics. Genzo should have just owned the original announcement. I agree. He should have come out and be like, somebody, we were supposed to announce it tomorrow. The intern screwed up, but hey, Bitcoin ETFs are live. Enjoy, everybody. Like, he's just such a bad sport. He's just such a bad sport, isn't he? Greetings from Rochester. What's up? Upstate New York. Cyberchain Technologies. Thank you very much, Lark. I've followed you since the last bull run. You're a gem. I also subscribe to your weekly newsletter, and I love it. Guys, subscribe to the newsletter. Seriously, it's awesome. I was honestly, our team puts in like 40 hours a week writing that bad boy. So check it out if you are not on it yet. There's a link in the description. Jose says, did you put in any longs for tomorrow? I have not. I've thought about it. Maybe I should. I don't know. But I've had so many other things going on. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna, I need to think about it. I need to put in a lot more time for thinking about a trade. So I'm holding my spot bags right now. I'm just riding it, having a good time. And that's fine. That's fine for me. Don't always have to be longing and shorting. Maybe tomorrow is like the most obvious epic long opportunity, like in the history of the universe. If so, you can't catch them all, say la vie. But I could definitely see the potential for big volatility in the market tomorrow. James MCS with BTC dominance possibly going down. Should there be a sell-off for BTC after trading ETF begins? Should we move our BTC to alts? Look, it's easier said than done, I think, when it comes down to it. You have to think about, I can't tell you what to do. It's not financial advice. I'm just sharing my thoughts here. At the end of the day, what's your BTC for, right? Is it just a long-term holding asset? If so, well, then you have to think when you move your BTC to alts, you have probably tax implications. So think about that. If you don't, or if you're ready for the tax implications, you still want to do that. Well, then also keep in mind that Bitcoin could be more bullish for longer than you think. And even though you might see alts go up, they may not go up necessarily more than the Bitcoin. If there's a big Bitcoin season unlocked by this ETF, again, the results are uncertain. We could have a great altcoin pump and we could see altcoins go up by 1,000%, at which point it would have been a great trade to make. But it's hard to predict the future. And for me, capital rotation wise, I would not like to sell my Bitcoin. If anything, I'd take a loan against the Bitcoin, take the cash and use that to speculate on altcoins versus selling the Bitcoin. So I can still capture the upside of the Bitcoin without losing the Bitcoin. And then you can still, then go and play with the altcoins as well. Do we have time to make wealth? Yes, you're early. My opinion, you're early. You're still early. Still have plenty of time to do well in the market. $2 trillion market cap. We're not even back to that yet. That's perspective for you. Last market cycle, we got up to 3 trillion. This market cycle, we get up to what, 6, 7, 8. I've seen some estimates as high as 10 trillion. Don't get wedded to that number. We have to hit a $10 trillion market cap. That's going to be top. I don't know. No one knows. Keep that in mind. But if we go from $2 trillion market cap to a $6 trillion market cap, which is only 100% higher than the previous market cap, oh, man. Oh, dude, everything's going to pump so hard. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. I don't even know what to do with myself in that situation. It'll be crazy. The Bad Savage, you've got to be really patient with Chainlink. Yeah, Chainlink, man. I think that's actually a pretty good contestant for an ETF product in the future, too. So, yeah. My Chainlink bags are happy. They're healthy. They're chilling. I'm enjoying it. Okay, we'll do one or two more, and then we are gonna finish up for today. Mhm. Lark, break out the moon shirt. uh, Sergio says, at what point do you say to yourself, I'm selling? Good question. Well, I've made a video about when I'm going to sell, what I'm going to sell. This cycle, I don't plan on riding any altcoin bags down through the next bear market. I'm just going to get rid of everything slowly. And I'm not quite to the point. I mean, there might be some things I might even start just carving a little bit off of. I'll try to sell the bulk of the portfolio when things get really, really hot. But between now and then, there's nothing wrong with, things have pumped like 30, 40, 50x. Man, you can carve a little bit off there. Take the wife out to a nice dinner or something like that, whatever, buy a new watch. I don't know. Some stuff like that. So, yeah. One thing beyond everything we always talk about, Coinbase app at number one, old friends calling, people posting Rolex pictures, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Beyond all that kind of stuff, one thing to always think about is the number on your screen a number that's so significant that it would have a serious impact on your life if you took the profits, or at least took some of that money off the table, and would have a serious impact on your mental health if that number goes down to zero? Depending on how you answer that question, might influence how you approach your taking profits in this market. Do, 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 do. Okay, last one here, and then we're going to finish up for today. Like I said, just a short stream for you guys today. Lark, what's your view on ETH and ETH Layer 2s? ETH's going to have its season. ETH spot ETFs are probably going to be a big deal, realistically, especially if they can provide dividends. Imagine that they're going to stake the ETH. That'll be big. That'll get a lot of institutional interest. Hear me now, quote me later. That'll be very popular with institutions. And ETH Layer 2s, I made a video on that recently too. I think that's probably the big trade. I've even been considering probably carving off some of my Ethereum, especially on like a run up to a spot ETF approval. Because if ETH gets up to like 4 or 5K, whatever, for example, before around an ETF approval, man, how much upside's left? 200%, something like that. Whereas if you take some of that money, cycle it down, and I've actually got some of my Ethereum lent out right now, but take some of that money, cycle it down, you'll have bigger gains potential. I'm less attached. I have a serious emotional attachment to my Bitcoin. It's a problem, kind of like married to my Bitcoin bags. Everything else, though, pretty detached. I'd be happy to sell it for cash and move on with my life. That's fine, too. I could part ways with Ethereum. We'd part as good friends. And peace out, ETH. But ETH Layer 2s, man, I think that's the trade. I think that is the trade for this cycle. ETH Layer 2s, whether it be all these new networks like Manta, for example, is coming out. Of course, we're farming that airdrop. I know a lot of you guys have hopped on board the airdrop with me for that one. Or some of their stuff. Arbitrum's still massive. I got a massive Arbitrum bag, and I'm actively farming airdrops on ZK Sync, Linea, Scroll, Starknet. I think the beta plays there. So Ethereum's the alpha play. All those layer 2s, Starknet, Linea, ZK Sync, Arbitrum, Optimism, Manta, Blast, etc., they're the beta plays. And the beta of the beta are all like the decentralized exchanges and stuff like that are launching on these new networks. For example, you have stuff like Kilo X, which is launching on the Manta network, which is an Ethereum layer 2. So all gains potential. I think all areas that are interesting to look as an investor. Okay, guys, that's it. You're all awesome. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for a few minutes here to talk about the Bitcoin ETF getting approved. I appreciate the questions, and I appreciate you guys for, hanging out and chatting crypto with me. So I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you actually tomorrow for another live stream. We're going to do this as an emergency live stream today. So peace out. See you next time.